Okay, this is going to be more of a modern waffle than a retro waffle, because I was having a conversation with a fellow tuber on the bus, Irritable Gamer. That's him, yes. And it was an interesting conversation. It was about the current state of modern games, and the modern games coming out for primarily the current gen systems, the PS4, Xbox1, the Wii U, and of course the PC, and focusing on the apparent complete fuck up with Assassin's Creed Unity and what's gone on with that. I'm not sure of the actual intricate details, but I've heard that there's frame rate issues and other things, and it kind of leads to my thought process of going in the direction where, are these publishers, are these distributors rushing these games out just for the sake of getting them on the next gen systems? And it's interesting when you look, when you take a step back and you look at the comparisons between the three consoles. I'm going to have to eliminate the PC here for the moment. I'm sorry, PC gamers. I'm going to think against that, but I don't PC game, so I can't speak from experience. So therefore, if I spoke about PC gaming, it would be invalid. So I won't. But I'll speak about the three 8th gen consoles. And there's a plethora of games coming out for obviously the Xbox One and the PS4, and a lot of them are being met with a very lot of negative reception. You know, they're saying that, well, this isn't improved that much. There's a comparison between frame rates, between resolution, blah 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 blah, and all that. But the essence of the quality of the game just isn't there. This is what I'm getting from a lot of people that use these systems. A lot of the mainstays, I mean, Watch Dogs is a primary example of being something that was hyped up so much, and it's not a bad game. I've played it. It's not a bad game, but it's not the revolutionary game that everyone was thinking it was going to be. Certainly not graphically, and certainly not in a gameplay mechanics kind of function. So, even though it was set back so many times, what went wrong? Was it rushed? I don't know. And the latest, excuse me, and the latest Assassin's Creed thing. Did Ubisoft rush this out? I don't know, because it seemed to be broken before it's even out there. Are they rushing it before the Christmas rush? I don't know. But it stems back from generations, this. I've always said they should never ever rush a game out to market before it's ready. You've got to make sure the game works. Make sure the game just is not broken. Consoles, my console, the one I talk about all the time on this channel, one of the primary reasons why it failed is because the games were just shovelware rushed bollocks. That's one of the reasons. I'm not saying that the new systems are going to fuff. Of course they're not. Ridiculous to say that, but it does drag them down. You know, people expect something a step away from the previous gen, and they're not getting it with. They're not getting it a lot, should I say. They are getting it with some games. Some games I've played have been amazing. I think Resogun is a fantastic game on the PlayStation 4. The Last of Us Remastered is brilliant on it. But again, it's just from the previous gen. But yes, remastered, it's very good. And there are some other games like that. And now I'm gonna, before I say this, I don't want everyone to start hating on me saying I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I have a wide range of console and computer interests, formats. Check my channel if you don't believe me. Sega, Nintendo, Sony, and recently Xbox as well, and obviously the classic formats as well, home computers and all that. So I'm going at this from an unbiased point of view, but this is the way I see it. That although Nintendo don't have the third-party support at the moment, and probably won't receive, they probably won't get it back at all. What they have done is made sure the games they do produce are good, and they're not broken. Well, none of the ones I've played, put it that way. Anything on the Wii U that I've played doesn't feel rushed, it doesn't feel broken, there's no major faults with it. Mario Kart 8 is a primary example, because the date was set back a few times and everyone was grumbling about Nintendo, saying, oh, yes, their marketing for the Wii U was awful, we know this, and they lost the third party support, we know this, the sales haven't been great, we know this, we're not going to tread over our ground. But the quality of the games that I've played, in my personal experience, are fantastic. They are, and you can't get away from that. Have they strategically, they seem to sort of like know what they're doing. Yes, they're pissing people off and not giving the people what they want when they want, but when they do come up with a game, it's generally quite a stonker. Mario Kart 8 being an example. Recently, Bayonetta 2. It's awesome. I love it. It's a fantastic game, and kudos to them for getting the exclusive on the Wii U as well for that. So I'm fearing that because more developers are developing for the other two platforms, Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, they're rushing their games. They're quickening them out, and they're not producing quality games. Nintendo are in a lot lesser quantity. That's the way I'm seeing it. Now, don't hate me for saying that, because that's my view. That's my experience, that's what I've played, not with the Xbox One, granted, but with the PlayStation 4 and the Wii U. For instance, Bound by Flame on the PlayStation 4. It's not good. It's not good because the difficulty level is wrong, the combat system is flawed, feels rushed, voice acting is abysmal, things like that. And like I said before, Watch Dogs, it was a good game, but it's not what I was hoping it to be. Cut. That was the mother-in-law. Anyway, what was I saying? Games. Oh yes, and I was going to lead on to recently what Shigeru Miyamoto said. Quoted. I'll read the quote to you. Bear with me. What the other companies are doing makes business sense, but it's boring. The same games appear on every system. At Nintendo, we want an environment where game creators can collaborate and think of ideas for games that would never have happened before. Interesting words there from the father of gaming, as it were. I kind of agree with him, because there's so many generic FPSs just blotted out there, and some of them are really glitched. But my brother was fuming with Battlefield 4, fuming about the problems with it. It glitched, short campaign mode, and I know it's all focused around online play, and that's fine, but he wasn't looking for that. He didn't realise that the campaign mode would be that short, that easy, and glitched, and a lot of other crazy crap going on. And it's a problem. It's a consistent thing, it seems, in modern gaming, where there's so many titles coming out, and 2 in 10 are top-notch stuff, and the rest are just mediocre stuff. And I think that's what Miyamoto is getting at. I think he's saying that it's so many games on the other platforms, the cross-platforms, should we say, the cross-IPs, are too samey. They don't differentiate from each other. They don't innovate. Some do. I do think some do. I think things like the upcoming Little Big Planet 3 on the PlayStation 4. I think that looks amazing, very innovative. The Little Big Planet series is innovative anyway, and you do get obviously offshoots like that occasionally. But he's obviously getting to the point about promoting Nintendo, and he's saying that Nintendo are trying new stuff, and they do with the gamepad. The gamepad is trying new stuff. A lot of people don't get on with the gamepad. I think I saw one YouTuber say that the gamepad on the Nintendo Wii U was one of the worst controllers ever. Well, I don't think he's actually used it, because it's not. It really isn't. I've used worse controllers, trust me. And I think it's very innovative and different. If you've used it with a game that really uses the pad, it's very good. It's very cool. You think, oh, that's so cool. I think that's what Miyamoto's getting at. Now, I'm not blowing smoke up Nintendo's backside. I'm trying not to do that. I know it's coming across like that. But a Wii U title that's coming up, I'm getting excited about, because I feel it's going to be something slightly different, it's something new, and it's cool. I'm not getting excited about everything that's coming up for the PlayStation 4. That says it all, doesn't it? Now, I think the PlayStation 4 is a fantastic piece of kit, and I've played some unbelievable games on it. I think it's a really, really great thing. And some of the games on it are superb, and I honestly wish some of the games were on the Wii U. I really do, because they're really that good. Outlast is really good. I've said it before already. Resogun, and a few others as well. I can't think right off the top of my head, but it's an interesting thing to think about. Why is modern gaming going this way? Are the developers getting lazy? Are they? I don't know. Well, actually I do. I think they probably are. Like Miyamoto says, it makes business sense to just chock out the next Call of Duty. Whether or not it's any good, we don't know. I don't know. I haven't played it. That's for you to judge. But it's just dollar signs, it's pounds, it's coming, it's a rotation. It's not progressing gaming like it should be in the next gen. But I think Nintendo are trying to do that. They really are trying to do that. Yes, they're going to fail. They're going to well, not going to fail. Sorry, they're going to fall short sometimes, and things aren't going to work out for them every time. Of course, they should have sorted their bloody marketing ploy with the Wii U in the first place. That's their biggest problem. But play some games on it, and you'll be like pretty blown away and outstanding. Well, that's really good and really. The DLC on Mario Kart, for instance, I was going to talk about this as well. The latest downloadable content for Mario Kart 8, with 8 courses and 4 new cars and another set of wheels and blah 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 and all that, and the characters. It's fantastic. It adds so much to the game. I was sitting there and I was playing as Link on the rider cycle, I think it is, for his cycle, and I'm driving around Mute City from F-Zero with a jazz sort of rock version of the F-Zero Mute City music playing, and I sat there playing it for the first time, massive grin on my face, thinking this is amazing. It's so fun. That's what gaming is about, fun. And fun comes from new stuff. So give us new stuff, developers. It's not Sony's fault and it's not Microsoft's fault. Give us new stuff that works on these consoles. You know? That's what we want to see. I think that's what we all want to see. Innovative stuff. Not the same old chopped out stuff. And I know people are going to argue, yes, there is lots of innovative titles. Maybe there is. That's true. But not enough. Not on these platforms. Not on the major platforms. There's not enough. Every other game on the Wii U seems to be something different. If you follow. Anyway, that was my opinion on the current state of where we're going in modern gaming at the moment, considering the games. Just clear me throat there. Please tell me what you think in the comments box. Don't want to cause a foray or a foray. What the fucking hell is a foray? A foray? Is that it? I don't want to call it a ruckus. There you go. I don't want to cause a ruckus or anything, but these are my opinions on it, and this is what from my experience, from what I'm reading, from what I'm watching, and from what I'm playing. These are my conclusions on it. I'm not judging the consoles, because I think all three of them have their merits. All three of them certainly have their place in the current gaming environment. I just want to see something a little bit more innovative coming out of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. That isn't the generic stuff, isn't run-of-the-mill stuff, and it certainly has quality. That's the most important, one of the most important things. Has quality. Doesn't feel rushed, doesn't feel broken, and doesn't make you go. I want something that makes me go. no comment. Anyway, that's me ranting for this evening. Cheers. Novabug out.